Welcome to the Desires 4-week course. Now, Desires typically has a pretty bad reputation in the yoga community, especially, almost as if we should have no desires, we should be above it, that it's somehow unyogic to desire anything, right? But if we look at even on a cellular level, on a body level, physical meat suit level, we are born from desire. Our cells are desirous to express their cellular nature. A liver cell wants to be a liver. A brain cell wants to be a brain. Right? Our breath is desirous of us. You know, one of my favorite kind of fun facts about the body is that our nice muscular diaphragm, which initiates the movement of the breath, when it contracts and draws down, which by the way, you're doing without giving it any thought, when it draws down, it pulls on the lungs and their fascial gift wrap, and it creates a negative pressure in the chest, and air loves to move to the area of lower pressure, so air will be funneled in. So it's not that we're pulling in inspiration, pulling in desire, that we're trying, to do this feat. We are literally just creating space for the inspiration to fill us. Inspiration is desirous of us, right? Desire is part of how we are made and how we move through this world. And so in this course, we start to look at what in Indian literature is often referred to as the four Purusharthas, which really translates simply, or not so simply, as the desires of the soul, right? The means to support the soul. And they lay out these four desires. So in this course, we'll spend a whole month investigating using pranayama, breathwork, meditation, yoga nidra, asana practices, meditations, community support, homework, journaling prompts to take a deep dive into these four Purusharthas, or these four desires. Each week we'll look at a different one. First week, Dharma, which translates as that which gives your life shine, your purpose, what is the law and order, right? What puts your life in order, what is your what you are here for, right? So we'll start to look at dharma. Then we'll look at artha. Artha is the means or support in which you would do your job, your duty in the world. Sometimes artha translates as actual wealth, the dough. And sometimes that's a very tricky topic, especially in the yoga community. Sometimes we're told, again, that that's somehow unholy, or we should be above that, or not think of those things. But if you have a duty, a job to do in this world, you need some kind of support and nourishment to do that job, means, right? And that could be financial or health, something more tangible. Then we'll start to look at Kama. And you might have heard of Kama if you've heard of the Kama Sutra, right? And exactly what you think it means. It means pleasure. And that could be sexual pleasure, that could be physical sensuality, but also extending that out to mean beauty. How do you create beauty in your world? Poetry, um, and creating an altar, creating something that indulges the senses, right? Instead of denying the senses or our sexuality or our sensuality. Then we'll look at moksha. Moksha, liberation. So some might translate this as connection to God, or connection to source, or connection to community, or connection to something outside of yourself, or beyond, or bigger than your small self. This could even be nature. But what unburdens the soul, right, is that connection. So I'm very hopeful that you will join me in this deep dive, looking at these desires in a different way and how they actually impact your own personal life. In this literature, often it's referred to as, once we acknowledge these desires and work with them and change our relationship to them and honor them, bring them fully out into our life, it has no other choice but to affect the larger community around us, right? It is uh, in support of the bigger Dharma, of the bigger universal Dharma, is to take care of our own. I hope that you join me and take part in this month-long exploration where you'll get lots of community support, lots of support from me and from the others in this online Sangha, and really look at how to live a more fulfilling existence. Thank you.